this Doodle Cast, I wanted to share a time I said screw it and pushed through a fear. I should mention I had a challenging stutter growing up, not severe, but it did affect my childhood, and in this case, in college, physics class, really wanted to ask a question because the topic was interesting to me and I wanted to know more. I honestly wanted to learn the topic because interesting. I was getting more into science and math related information and it was hitting a chord in me. The physics class was run by a better professor than what I had in high school, so that was exciting that I could actually understand this stuff, this advanced topics, although in high school I was completely lost. And so here I am in this college class, I'm understanding it, I'm excited by the material, and this question comes up I don't even remember what the question was, but I do remember the feeling of, oh boy, if I open up my mouth, I'm going to stutter. There's all these people in this class, and they're going to think that, they're going to think negatively of me because of my stutter. I remember very distinctly just going, I don't care. I just don't care. And I'm tired of caring so much what these people are going to think and having it hold me back. And so I asked a question, raised up my hand, asked the question, stuttered, I pushed through it, felt embarrassed, and got a really positive response from the instructor. And it made me feel like not only had I asked a good question, but I was also interacting with the subject matter. It was a very positive experience, and I think ever since I think back to that quite often when I'm nervous about stepping out into public speaking. Not necessarily like giving a speech or anything, but being in a all hands for the company I work at and asking questions and maybe bringing up a topic that may be a squeaky wheel and people really don't want to talk about or whatever, but being someone who is willing to speak out, I think is important. And I think that one instance really set me on a track to being able to have the confidence to do so. Who cares? It's not a matter of who cares. It's as long as you're not being a jerk about something, it is important to speak up, ask questions, or tell people what your mind is. And again, as long as you do it respectfully and in a intelligent, that's the wrong word, respectful manner, maybe that's the way of saying it overall, that it's usually a good thing. And not only does it get your questions answered, it also lets you stand out from the crowd. And so if there are like the leadership, the management, people in charge are going to notice you, and maybe they'll help you out in some way. Maybe not, but maybe. And also it gives, by asking your questions, there's the saying of, what is it? Somebody else, 5 other people have the same question or whatever that is. And so you're answering other people's questions, but also it gives them the inspiration and the open door to ask their own questions, because usually if no one's asking questions and that first person asks one, and then there's a whole flood of questions or comments afterwards, because it breaks the ice of the entire group. So yeah, those are my 2 cents. All right, well, thanks for taking the time to listen to my ramble, and maybe I can come up with some other topics and continue this doodle at a later point. Thanks again for your time. Later.